everybody, and welcome back to the Thunder and Lightning Gaming News Podcast. I'm Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
I'm Monsoon.
Monsoon,
Yes.
our special guest.
Big day today.
Oh,
How was, talk about video games.
video games. May the video games be ever in your favor.
And also with you.
Yeah, thank you. Video games have been good. I've been practicing Obra Dinn for my speed run today. Catch us on Twitch at 5 o'clock. Last week.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday.
Or yesterday. So the video.
They can still watch the VOD.
Yeah, there we go. So I've been practicing that. We'll see how I do today. Other than that, I've been playing more Melody of Memory for Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I'm still really enjoying it.
Nice.
I first got to my first boss fight, and it's actually really interesting because like instead of like you're running like down the track, you're actually watching your character like fight the actual boss, but you still have to be like in time with like the rhythm and like hitting buttons and that kind of stuff.
All right.
It confused me a lot when I first did it, but then as I started to like really, hit my stride, I was like, okay, now I can see like what I have to do with this when I see this icon or like this slide thingy. So that's fun. It's probably gonna be like a really long game because it's covering the entire Kingdom Hearts timeline, like all the way from Kingdom Hearts 1 straight to I think past 3.
Yeah, I heard that this game goes a little past 3,
right.
which I'm not too happy about because I don't necessarily.
That's kind of weird.
I don't want to play Melody of Memory. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I'm sure it's great. I don't want to play it.
I mean, you can probably see like the secret cutscene online.
No, I know,
fine.
but it's just I don't know.
If you're like a big
they shouldn't put. I understand that it's like Kingdom Hearts thing, but they shouldn't put important plot stuff in those games.
Right. If you're a big music fan like me, like, I love Yoko Shimomura, who's done like all the Kingdom Hearts music. I love her, so I was gonna get this anyway because I love her music. I love rhythm games.
Yeah.
My anime boys.
yeah.
I mean, Sora technically is an anime boy, but
Sora is an anime boy. He's an anime boy of like every age.
Right.
Like he's both like 25 and 9 years old at the same time.
So I've been playing that. I bought this new game called Wingspan. It's actually based off a board game, and what you do is it's it's such a geeky board game because you learn a lot about birds as you're playing.
Yeah, I think I heard about this game. So is the video game just the board game virtual?
Exactly.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
It's like you learn a lot about birds. Like each bird has like a different fact about it. Like you actually learn like how big they are, hence the title Wingspan. And then like your goal is to collect as many points in the game like before the game ends. At first, I was getting like really confused on how to play it, but I've beaten it. I've beaten the AI twice.
Oh, cool!
So
cool.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that game other than the fact that it exists.
I mean, I'm enjoying it. I don't know if it's not like a very like. It's like if you were playing like Risk on virtual or like Monopoly virtual.
I've been playing a fuck ton of Virtual Clue.
Good.
Yes. Yes, you have.
So
but
I've been having fun with that. I finally started Skyward Sword.
Nice.
The motion
on Switch.
On Switch, yeah.
Nice.
Motion, like I think it's just me, but I've been having a little bit of trouble with the motion controls because I just got.
Well, are you left-handed?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just got down to the surface, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I faced one of those Dekubaba plants for the first time, and like it almost like got all my hearts. I'm like, oh my god, like what am I doing?
Yeah, it definitely takes some getting used to, but I feel like it's and if you don't have the tolerance for this, I totally understand. But I feel like it's one of those motion control games where like you just have to get used to it, and then once you do, it's totally, it works.
Yeah.
But if you were like, I don't have the patience to this game, I would totally understand.
I think that's just me. Like, I don't have a lot of time to like get invested into video games, so like.
Right.
Like I guess I do have to like keep playing through it, but.
So you didn't play it when it came out on Wii?
No, I did, but it was I still had a little bit of trouble with the motion controls just because I was like, I think maybe I was exaggerating it too much. So I was like really like swinging my arm like back and forth. So.
Yeah, the early days of the Wii, people, myself included, people really like fucking like went for it, and the people at Nintendo had to be like, no, you don't have to do it that much.
Right.
Calm down.
So I still gotta like play through it, but I'm still like it's like the same.
If you can get past the motion controls being a little wonky, it's a really good Zelda game.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites, unironically.
I mean,
really
I
like it.
loved it when it came out. Like even though like the Wii motion controls were like wonky, I still love like the art style. I still love the story, the visuals, all that stuff. So
my problem with Skyward Sword is that I've already played it 3 times.
Yeah.
And I'll play it on Switch eventually, but that's just not what I want to do right now.
Right. I mean, like that's fair. What else? I got this new game called Syberia because it was
I heard about this.
It was on sale. It was like.
Didn't it like just come out?
It's actually a port from the PlayStation 2.
Okay.
It was on sale for like it was gonna be like I got Syberia like a pack Syberia 1 and 2. It was gonna be $40, but then there was a sale and it was only like $3.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I just might as well.
I think it might be on sale because a new one came out. I think there's a new Syberia game that I
Maybe.
keep hearing about.
I the minute I like found it was a point and click, I was like, oh, I have other games that I want to play. So I I like what's it called? I archived it in my Wii, in my Switch, so I could like just play it later. So yeah, and then it was my birthday like on the 5th, so Chris got me Persona 5 Strikers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
cool.
I haven't played it yet, but I want to.
I still no confirmation if that game's canonical or not. Still
Right.
trying to figure that one out. That game's good. I didn't beat it, but I'm gonna go back to it eventually. That game's fucking good.
Is that the one with the JoJo reference?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a dual JoJo Dragon Ball reference.
Nice.
Yeah, that game's good.
Yeah, and I think that's it for me.
Okay.
Game-wise.
I have been playing Banjo-Kazooie. Here's the thing about Banjo-Kazooie. I've never played it. I've played of it.
Yeah.
I've never sat down and played the whole thing. So, and I have Game Pass Ultimate for the next couple weeks because it came with the system, the Xbox. So, and it's free on that. So I was playing it. Banjo-Kazooie is just as good as everyone has ever said about it. Rusty Bucket Bay is not that big a deal. People have to calm the fuck down. Game's really fun. The final boss is way too hard. I did 100% it. And I immediately went to Banjo-Tooie, which is the sequel, and I have so many complaints about Banjo-Tooie. It's so fascinating. I might actually make a video essay about it.
Okay.
Nice.
It's so, like, you can really tell, like, it's also on the N64, right? Imagine if, you've never played, have either of you played Banjo-Kazooie?
No.
Okay, so Banjo-Kazooie is similar to Mario 64, but it's different in all the ways that count, but it's the same type of game. You go in a level, you collect the things, you collect 100 of these, you collect 4 of these, stuff like that. Banjo-Tooie is like, imagine if there was a sequel to Super Mario 64, like not Sunshine, but like a N64 made Super Mario 64 2.
Yeah.
But this one was like, it was still level based, but it was sort of open world, the overworld, and it's like everything is spread out too far. Like all the levels are way too big. The overworld is huge to the point where they had to make like fast travel a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they put like warp spots that you could jump in and come up somewhere else. And like because I compare it to Mario 64 because the Banjo-Kazooie takes place in a castle. Then so you're essentially indoors the whole time, and then you go into levels, and the level's a big, nice, free space to like get all the 10 whatever, But this is like you're outside. It's huge. There's like a ton of areas to go to, but also the levels are really big, and you'd think that they would accommodate for that in different ways, but it seems like they really didn't. Like, it seems like they tried to streamline some things, and in doing so, they made a game that is like way longer and way more involved to beat, because now I've gotten to the point where I have all the moves from Banjo-Kazooie and all the new moves. So I'm on like Luigi's Mansion 3 levels of like all these like different stuff I have to do. Also, like there's 100 music notes in each level. And in this game, they only show up in packs of 5 instead of 100 notes. There's one pack of 20, and then like 10 packs of 5, or whoever the math is to equal 100. So like they made the levels bigger, but they made the the music notes like less spread out. Like you'd think, oh, a bigger level, more room for 100 music notes to like be hid. It's just really, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff like that where I'm just like, I can tell that it's made by the same people. I can tell that it's got the same level of polish that the other one got, but it's just not as good. And I'm struggling to put my like the core of my thoughts into words. It's just like, I see what you were going for, but I don't think it worked. And the reason I find this so fascinating is because I've seen so many Let's Plays and video essays and, just random people talking about how good Banjo-Kazooie is. And I've never heard anyone once talk about the sequel. And I guess this is why.
Right.
Because the sequel is, it's
bad.
just, it's not bad, though. That's what's, like, confusing my brain. It's like, I can tell that if Banjo-Tooie was the only game, if Banjo-Tooie was called Banjo-Kazooie and there was one Banjo-Kazooie game, I think it would be just as beloved. But because Banjo-Kazooie, because this is the sequel to the Banjo-Kazooie we actually got, no one talks about it because it's like, oh, I understand why no one likes this. It's like weird. I don't know. I don't know. It was just weird to me that I never heard anyone talk about it, good or bad, right? And then I roll up to and I was like, oh, okay, it's like weird, but it's still the same. I don't know. It's very interesting. I might make a video essay about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the I've been playing other games, but we're gonna talk about them when we get to the
News.
the releases.
Okay.
Cool.
There's 2 games that released this term that I was playing as well. So I'll briefly talk about those then. Chris, what do you got?
My week, I would be talking about the new game that we're playing for my slot on the channel, but we haven't gotten there yet because this week is Pauline's big week.
Woo!
Yes.
We got her
Obra Dinn
speed run.
Yes.
I'm excited to because I was like watching you guys play it right as you were doing it, and I was like, oh my god, like I really want. I was playing it along with you guys, and I was like, I think I saw like a clip that I was like texting you, Chris, and it's like, oh, like, and then you were reading it off. Like, Pauline already has 30 solved fates.
Oh yeah, we were working on like our 5th or something.
No, I just want to show you guys the ending. Like, you're gonna.
I'm excited.
I guess we shouldn't have Let's Played it. That's my bad.
I enjoyed it.
I saw it fun.
I enjoyed it too. I feel like you and I, we said this in the Let's Play. I feel like if you and I were just playing that game, we would go super hard in the paint. Like, let's 100% this bitch. But we were Let's Playing it, so we just wanted
to be entertaining.
Yeah, and I forgive me. I think that us being like, hang on, hold on, let us think about this for a minute, and then being silent for 3.5 minutes is not entertaining.
Right, no, I agree wholeheartedly, and I don't even think we were on camera at that point. So they're just staring at a non-moving, no sound.
Right. Yeah, Return of the Obra Dinn was sort of the last Let's Play we did without not on Twitch.
Yeah.
No, but I'm excited to like finally like show you guys like, oh, this is who that is.
So I've just been getting hyped for that.
Yeah.
And thinking about, what we're going to do next. I think we've already made it official what's next for my slot.
Yeah, you were going to do Miles Morales, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, totally.
But before that, the epic continuation of our Putt-Putt series.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Which will be YouTube exclusive.
Yes.
I think we're officially
be YouTube exclusive.
Nice.
Because it would be too difficult for us to stream it. I've determined without the purchase of a second monitor, which
right
down the road. There's many other things we got.
Not for this Putt-Putt video. Maybe the next one. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. But no, I'm also excited for all the things you. I was going to say Putt-Putt, but I'm also excited for all the things you said.
Yeah. No, we got a lot of exciting things coming up.
We're in a weird time right now because by the time this episode airs, which is like less than 24 hours from now, Pauline will have speedrun Return of the Obra Dinn.
She'll already be the world record holder.
We'll see.
But
she's seriously going for it.
No, I think I'm going to put that in the title, like world record attempt.
No, okay. Attempt.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Accomplished. Right here. I just made a post on Facebook during this, while we were making this podcast, and I wrote that she was, I wrote, watch Pauline break the world record.
Oh, God.
And then I picked up my phone again. I was like, oh, and I put in quotations, attempt to break the world record.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway.
Okay. So
I feel like once you I start playing, you're gonna like have some things to say about the game. Like Anthony.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Another thing this week that was kind of cute.
Yeah, go for it.
I found out my dad does the laundry in our house. It's
Okay.
just like the thing he likes to do. I've been cooking a lot for us. He does the laundry. And,
Okay.
you know, we all have our parts. He out of nowhere he was like, do you want to go play TMNT?
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, I'll go play. And he was like, I play it when I go down to do the laundry.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I he's got his system down too, because it'll give you infinite lives. And he was like, I only give myself 3 extra lives. And I was like,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
Has he gotten to the end yet?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
With
okay.
3 extra lives, I think it'd be impossible. He and I played. We got to level 2. Yeah, I think it'd be maybe down the line.
Yeah.
We'll have him on the channel. And he'll be the only person with 6 lives to ever
No, I mean
beat all the
the
TMNT games.
the version of Turtles in Time that you have is supposed to be a recreation of the arcade version.
Right.
So it's
it's
got all
pumping.
right. It's got all the like fuck your money, dumb kids bullshit in it.
Right.
So
right.
to beat that on like it's like a thing to be like what's the fewest amount of quarters that I can beat this game.
Right. Right.
And to get it down to like 4 or 5 or whatever would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on his progress.
Yeah.
Nice.
News?
Sure.
News.
Okay. So a lot happened. Let's talk about Pokemon first.
Yay.
Because there was a Pokemon Direct. They didn't show anything new, but I didn't expect them to. They just gave us more info on the 2 games that are coming out. And by 2 I mean 3 because of the way they do that.
Yeah.
So we have the Diamond and Pearl remake, which are called Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I was excited about this just because, but now I'm even more excited about this. They showed off a lot of stuff. It looks really good. For anyone who's played that game, there's like an underground system where you like dig for fossils.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it they showed like the old map versus the new map that they made, and they just like the old map like seems like a afterthought. Like, oh, what if we made it a maze? But it looks like this one actually is a maze, and it's going to have, like, stuff to do and actual Pokemon to catch and shit like that.
Nice.
It looks really cool. But then they showed... so that's coming out in November. And then in February, we're getting something called Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is also going to take place in the Sinnoh region. That is where Gen 4 takes place. But it takes place, like, thousands of years ago. And it's not called the Sinnoh region, and it takes place before Pokemon and humans had, like, the bond that they have in modern day.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of, like... Basically, people were looking at the first trailer, and they were like, oh, this is Pokemon, but it's Breath of the Wild. And based off the second trailer, I don't think that's the case. I think it's going to be Pokemon, but it's Monster Hunter.
So we're hunting Pokemon?
It seems like Pokemon are going to be actual boss battles and stuff like that. The Pokeball they showed off is like very like archaic. Something cool that happened was they showed off a new Growlithe, like a scruffier Growlithe, and they were like, this is a Galarian Growlithe or whatever we're calling it. But someone pointed out that if you look at the old Pokedex entry for Growlithe, it mentions that the Growlithe from Red and Blue, that's the second Growlithe. This is like the original version of Growlithe, and the one that we got back in the day was the variant, which is an interesting thought. They make a joke about that in Sun and Moon, where the kid sees a normal Meowth, and he's like, oh, it's a variant Meowth, and the player's like, I don't know, that's a normal Meowth.
Right.
So it's interesting to think about. They both look really good, and they're both coming out not far from each other.
Soon, yeah.
But relatively like close to each other. Like November to February is not that big of a jump, you know? Kids are going to get Pokemon Shining Diamond and Pearl for Christmas, and then a couple weeks later, they're going to hear about the new one. They're going to be like, that one too, please.
Right.
Okay, so Gamescom opening night live happened. They let Jeff have 2 hours.
Yes.
And here's what happens when Jeff has 2 hours. I wrote down most of the stuff. Some of it, like we do with E3. Some of it I'm just going to mention. Some of it we're going to stop and talk about.
Sure.
So there's a new Saints Row. and it's just called Saints Row, and I don't love that. But it seems like it's going to go back to its roots of being like an actual GTA clone rather than like an anime style. Everyone has superpowers and it's about butts or whatever happened in the last couple Saints Row games. So that's cool. They didn't show gameplay. Also, Chris did watch some of this with me.
Yeah.
But like I said, they gave him 2 hours, so Chris did leave a little early. They were hyping up a new character, a new playable character for Monkey Ball Banana Mania, and it is in fact Morgana from Persona 5.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I would argue they picked the wrong character. They picked the character that no one likes, but you know, it's whatever.
Not Futaba?
Futaba sucks.
No, I was gonna. No, that's the point. When like I thought Futaba was a person that everybody doesn't like.
No, Futaba's the one that I don't like. I think people love Futaba a little too much. For considering that she's 14 years old.
Yeah.
They announced a new Marvel game called Marvel Midnight Suns. This one looks awesome. They didn't show gameplay, but they did mention it's a strategy RPG, so I guess it's going to be like Fire Emblem.
It didn't look it, though.
It didn't look it, but like I'm down for that. That sounds really cool to me. They showed off Call of Duty for like 15 uninterrupted minutes.
Great.
And they announced that Laura Bailey is going to voice Call of Duty this time. So good for her. They showed off Halo Infinite multiplayer, which I thought was weird because, like, if there was anything was definitely going to be part of the game, it was that. But then they showed off a Halo Xbox Series X and a Halo controller, and I don't know who they're for, and I don't know why like, Xboxes aren't as in high demand as PlayStation still are, but I feel like it's a little early to be like, here's a new Xbox variant.
That's Halo.
And it's Halo, a game that was supposed to be out last December, and it's been delayed until this December. This one was interesting, probably my favorite part of the presentation. They announced a game called Cult of the Lamb. Do you remember this? It was like a cutesy art style.
Oh yeah.
But it was like a isometric hack and slash, but it like looked like a cartoon. It looked cool. I'm down for it. It seems like it's a roguelike, Souls-like. I don't know. It's got clear influences, and I'm down for it. April O'Neil is going to be playable in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles:
I saw
Shredder's
that.
Revenge. Still no release date for that game, but it still looks absolutely incredible. It looks very like. It's funny how like Scott Pilgrim was clearly inspired by Turtles in Time and games of that era, and then now we've come full circle where River City Girls and this new TMNT game are clearly inspired by Scott Pilgrim.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny to me. It's how cyclical beat 'em ups have become, but I'm down for it.
No, it's cool.
That game looks. Oh, sorry, kicked my mic. That game looks fucking dope. I can't wait for that game. The release date is 2022 currently, so hopefully, like January or February 2022. But who knows? They showed off Splitgate more. It's like a Portal-inspired multiplayer first-person shooter. They showed off Riders Republic again for some reason. They didn't really show anything new from it. I don't know why they showed that off. I'm going to leave that one for last. They showed off a new Outlast. It's called the Outlast Trials.
Oh, I saw that one.
I'm very excited for it. Outlast games are good, and this one seems like they're doing maybe like a Saw thing. This game I'm struggling to figure out how it's pronounced. It's capital D O-K-E capital V. So I think it's Doke 5 or Doke V, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe 5.
It was that game they showed off that like looked super realistic, but it like also looked like a Pixar film, and it was
That's
like
pretty cool.
it was interesting. It seemed like all the playable characters were small children. But it seemed like it was sort of a hack and slash. I don't know. It seemed cool. A lot of people seem really excited for that. They announced Park Beyond, which is basically the Stardew Valley of Roller Coaster Tycoon. It seems like they're doing another one of those, and those have been hit or miss in the past. And they finally, for I think the first time ever, showed off gameplay for Lego Star Wars:
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Skywalker Saga, and maybe this is me, maybe it's just me, but I thought these were going to be remakes of the old Lego games.
Yeah, I
Right.
thought so too.
They're not, though. It's
Okay.
like a different It's like different.
Seems pretty awesome.
I mean, that's
It seems
not a bad
really
thing.
cool.
So.
No, it's not a bad thing at all. I was low key judging them. I was like, why is it taking so fucking long? They only need to make, 2 new Lego games. The rest of them they're just remastering, right? But it seems like the whole thing. It seems
They're
like
just
it's going to be.
revamping the entire thing.
It seems like it's going to be one game and it's going to be one like brand new experience.
That's pretty cool.
I feel like when this project started, the goal was to remake the old ones, and somewhere along the line, someone was like, must have been like, no, let's do a new thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Lego games have been evolving ever since like the first Star Wars game.
I mean, they have, because the
So-
first Lego game that anyone gives a shit about was the Phantom Menace one,
Right.
the original trilogy one.
Because like I like just because they were on sale, I bought like a lot of Lego games, and like I remember playing Lego Indiana Jones. I remember playing Lego's Star Wars, the original trilogy,
Yeah.
and then like recently I've been playing Lego Marvel Heroes. I think
That one's really good. I
Yeah.
100%ed that one
I,
on Xbox 360.
I realized that like I think this was the biggest thing for me. It's harder to get studs to complete like that.
It is.
that gold bar.
It is. You're right.
Yeah, because in the first games, all you had to do was like beat up a lot of like random like stuff. Like if you could punch
You
a
have to do much more of that
yeah
now.
you could punch a random plant, and you get 1,000 studs.
Yeah.
But like in this game, in like Marvel like Heroes,
yeah.
now you have to like actually like do more stuff.
Yeah.
Not just beat up stuff, but like also like do like mini side quests.
Right.
That kind of stuff.
No, and I think this new spin on the Star Wars games is their way of saying, like, listen, we know we're Lego,
Right.
but we also realize that our audience for our video games is growing up, and we need to grow up with them.
Right.
You know? Because I would have been perfectly satisfied with the exact same 7 or 8 games
Right.
they already made.
Yep.
But if they're going to do this new thing, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I was like, probably going to buy it, but now I'm definitely going to buy
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
And
no,
I'm
it
gonna-
seems awesome.
Because it's all new, I'm going to feel justified spending $60. I already was going to, because it's 9 different games.
Right.
The old version, and that was in my head.
Yep.
But this one,
With that, do you think they'll be cut down?
I don't know.
I hope
don't know,
not.
because it was delayed a lot, and it's hard to pinpoint why there was a delay. I'm really starting to think that it was because they completely made an overhaul and were like, no, we're gonna make a different game entirely. So it might be, but they're like, they didn't do this. Notoriously, did not do this in the last time they did this.
Right.
But there's actual voice clips from the movies.
I think they're
Yeah.
dub. Not dub overs. I think they're.
Actually, like voiced in.
Yeah, I don't think they're from the movies. I think they like did their own voicing.
Okay.
Yeah,
And also,
just from what I heard.
like just I'm like they're totally revamping this. I'm not entirely sure if they're gonna do this, but like if you play the original Lego Star Wars the complete trilogy, like when you go to the starting hub, right?
Yeah.
You actually have doors. Like there are 3 different doors for each of the movies, and then
Yeah.
you like just go through the entire movie.
Right.
Maybe they're doing that again for all 9 different movies.
Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't, with this like new mature, Lego
Right.
game that we're getting. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a menu,
Like
a mission menu, like Doom
honestly,
or Halo
like
has.
I wouldn't mind that. Like,
I wouldn't mind that either.
Right.
But I also wouldn't mind a cool overworld. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'm excited for it. All right, let's do releases, and then we'll get to our segment.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So August 19th saw the release of 12 Minutes.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I don't have an Xbox. Dang it.
I've been excited for this game for a while. I feel like they announced it in 2018. And Chris and I saw that together, and we were excited for it. And then they announced that famous people were going to be in
Oh yeah,
it.
Daisy Ridley and James McAvoy.
And Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
Your favorite?
My favorite guy. Love him. Shout out to Big Willie. So here's the deal. I've played the whole thing. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the internet seems to agree with me. The game is good. The ending is terrible.
Really?
The ending is not worth the journey you went on. And it's just the ending is one of those endings that changes the whole story,
Uh-huh.
and I don't think it was a good
Oh,
idea.
Oh.
it was like the mother did it, but there's no reason the mother should have done it type of situation.
It's one of those things where it's like you think you know what's happening. You at least have like a base level of understanding of what's happening and what your goals are. And then like right at the end, right for the last like 2 loops that you have to do out of, if you're not following a walkthrough, probably like 50 or 60 loops. The whole thing, the situation changes, and you're like, oh, this is what was actually happening. And the actual what was happening, I was like, well, that's dumb. And then I go online, and online is like, yeah, it was dumb.
So is it kind of like Return of the Obra Dinn, where people are dying on this boat, and then you find out that it was murderous mermaid spider people?
No, it gets very existential. I don't know. I felt shitty after playing it. I was like, I waited for so long. The first 9/10 of this game were so good, and then you just kind of dropped the ball. Yeah, I don't know.
Would you ever consider Let's Playing it?
No.
No.
I was going to.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would.
Okay.
Maybe.
And
I don't know.
It's Xbox exclusive, right?
Yes, it is.
Dang it. Okay.
So the only reason I played it is because it's on Game Pass.
Oh.
There's a new Aliens game. Aliens
Is there?
Fireteam Elite. Yeah. It's it seems like it's not a horror game, obviously.
Okay.
It's like a third person arena match thing, I think. I don't know.
Oh.
Or maybe it's first person. I don't know. I didn't really hear anything about it, and then all of a sudden everyone's talking about it and playing it. That called Aliens Fireteam Elite, that came out the 24th. I'm going to skip that one for a second. August 27th. Excuse me. Oh my god. August 27th saw the release of No More Heroes 3, which feels like it's been forever. No More Heroes 1 and 2 came out like very quickly after one another, and then people were like, is there going to be a 3? And then they were like, yes, there is, except it's different, and it's called No More Heroes Travis's Big Day, or whatever the fuck it was called. And people were like, this is bad, and also not No More Heroes 3. And then the after the credits scene in that game was a playable trailer for No More Heroes 3, and then cut to it's out. And it seems like people are liking it. I've never played those games personally. August 25th, Psychonauts 2 came out. I feel like I've been waiting for Psychonauts 2 for what feels like 13 years. They announced it in 2015, and they've been making it ever since. And while they were making it, Double Fine Productions was acquired by Xbox, and so they got Xbox funding. But the game is also on PlayStation, just like they promised. But I've been playing it, and it's so good. It's really, really good. I've always said this about video game sequels. I feel like the best video game sequels are ones that just feel like the first game, but more. Like, I've always said this about Bioshock. Bioshock 2, I love Bioshock 2 because it just feels like more Bioshock 1. It's just like Mission 1 of Bioshock 2 is Mission 14 of Bioshock 1, you know? It just goes right into it, and the gameplay is exactly the same, and it's just the same game, but again. And this game is that, except Psychonauts 1 came out on the original Xbox, so it's like a GameCube PS2 era game, and this one's a PS5 Xbox Series X game. So it looks great, and it's just like so much longer, and I'm really liking it, and I can't recommend it enough. And I feel like people are sleeping on it. I haven't really heard a lot of people talking about it, other than people who have been really excited for it. The best part about the original Psychonauts is the level design. There's some the way the game works is you go into people's minds, and their mind is the level. So there's like a level that's a boot camp, and there's like a level where you're the monster in a Godzilla movie, and there's a level where you're like playing a game of Catan, and you're like a Catan piece. So there's some really creative levels, and this one is no different. The first level was like a mouth. It was like all mouth parts formed in different ways. My favorite level so far, you go into her brain, and it's a hospital, and it's a normal hospital. Everything's fine, but then you like her directives change on the outside, so then inside the brain changes, and it changes into a casino. But it's not just a casino, it's a hospital-themed casino. So, like, there's people, like, playing roulette on whether they'll have a baby or not.
Oh, my God.
In the maternity ward. And there's there's a Palinko machine, but it's called Pill-Linko,
Oh,
and you have to get the pill to the.
pachinko. You
Yeah.
mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, it's a joke because in America they call it Palinko.
Oh, really?
Because of The Price is Right. Yeah.
Oh.
So
okay.
they call this one Pill-Linko, and you play a pill, and you have to like.
Nice. Get it
it's
into the
it's
mouth.
cool. No, it's really cool, and I'm really liking it. And I don't know this for sure, but it feels like I'm like not even close to being done with it, and that excites me because the last one was not short, but like shorter than this game. So I'm really liking it, and if you can hear the sound of my voice and you're interested in Psychonauts 2, please play it. It's really good. And if you haven't played the first one or the weird VR game that they released, they recap absolutely everything as soon as you turn the game on.
Nice.
Which I thought was pretty necessary because it's been like a long time since Psychonauts 1 came out.
Is the first Psychonauts on PS2 or like?
The first Psychonauts was an Xbox original game.
Oh, okay.
I think it might have come to GameCube as well. I know it's on Steam, and now it's on, I think it's on PS4
Okay.
and Xbox. I don't think it made it to Switch. I know Psychonauts 2 isn't on Switch. It's on PS4, PS5, and the 2 Xboxes.
Nice.
And that'll do it for that. And now we have a good 10 minutes to do our segment. So, since there's two of us, I put it at the top. Yes. Okay. Since there's two of us, I'm gonna need. Let's see. Let's do Chris. Give me a number from 1 to 50.
49.
Okay. Now, Pauline,
Mm-hmm.
give me a number from 1 to 23.
19.
19. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Okay. Do we all know what a sandbox game is?
Yeah, like GTA.
It's like Minecraft.
No, it's like GTA.
Oh, like open world, like do whatever you want. Like
Yeah, it's
like
sandbox.
Zelda. Oh well, Breath of the Wild.
Not really. Sandbox is sort of, it refers to like the map is big, but it's like just as big as, like it's a small map considering, but it's pretty big. Like Skyrim's not a sandbox game. That would be an open world game. Sandbox is more like Grand Theft Auto or
So, like,
Simpsons Hit and Run or.
Oh, so like it's open world, but the world is like small.
Yeah, it's like a very localized like.
Okay.
Like Breath of the Wild is an entire continent.
Right, and like,
But
GTA is like
a
a city.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like a
okay.
couple city blocks. You
Gotcha. Okay.
know.
Oh, jeez.
49 was dentist appointment.
A dentist appointment sandbox.
That's what you guys
Okay.
Oh my god.
have done for us. So I think this is the question we have to ask first. Does the game take place inside a mouth?
Yes. Because I feel like that would be the only way to do this.
Because I feel like the easy way is it's in a city and you're like on your way to a dentist appointment.
No, can this be like Osmosis Jones? Or like Cells at Work, where like you're a little like bacteria, and then
It could be, but what I'm struggling with is we can't explore other parts of the body. It would have to just be the mouth,
Right.
because it's the prompt is dentist appointment.
yeah. But do you know how much like intricacy the human body is? Even the mouth has.
Yeah, I
intricacy.
mean-
I was thinking you could be a tooth,
Okay.
and the dentist appointment is pulling you, and then the rest of the game is you trying to escape the dentist office.
Oh.
Is that a sandbox though?
I mean, it could be.
Yeah, I mean that's just the premise. It all depends on how this game is played.
Yeah.
It would
Okay.
be
So
like
okay.
I Am
So
Bread.
if you're fuck that game. Okay. If you're for the lack of for the sake of conversation, let's say you're a tooth with arms and legs, right?
Okay.
Right.
You're a little cartoon.
See,
tooth
I wasn't
guy.
even gonna go that far. I was gonna say just you know how there's like the little ridges at the bottom
Yeah.
of the teeth. That's just your legs.
Oh, okay.
So it's really hard to get around.
Okay.
It's like I Am
feel
Bread.
like that would that be fun though for an entire?
If you like
well,
I Am
they
Bread,
made the Goose Game, which is more or less this.
Oh, the Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay. You're a tooth. So you're a tooth and you do get pulled.
You get pulled, and that could be how the game starts.
Yeah.
Like, you know how like on Rugrats or something, there's just like a bright light, and then it's a baby. But
Right.
in this, it's the bright light, and you're in the pliers of a dentist. Dentist is holding pliers, and it's you.
Okay,
and he puts
so
you on the table.
here's an actual legitimate question I don't know an answer to. When you get a teeth pulled, what does the dentist do with the tooth?
You probably just throw
At
it away.
first, well, yes, but at first, let's assume he has to leave the room for something. Let's say he puts the tooth on the little tray.
Yeah.
Now you got to try to escape before he comes back.
Okay, I see. So are we talking about a Toy Story scenario where whenever there's a human in a room, you have to pretend to be a normal-ass tooth?
Yeah. And the human, and the human you just came from is unconscious.
Okay.
So they don't matter
Just like a
until they
wisdom
do.
tooth.
They could be like a twist where they do wake up, and now you have to try and kind of like the eye of Sauron. Like if they're looking at you, like they're awake and they're
Right.
looking around the room.
They're like high on anesthetic.
Yeah.
You're a wisdom tooth.
Ooh, that you could play a lot with that, because if they look at you, they could just think it's the gas.
Right.
But
Okay,
if you
so
do too many things, they're like, wait a minute, this is really happening.
I like where we're going with this. So far, it sounds like a stealth platformer.
Which isn't Sandbox.
We need some way to
Can
bring
I
it
throw
to...
out my bacterium thing? Because like I feel like you
Sure.
would have to use the inner like structure and of the mouth, as like your cityscape. Because like maybe like the goal is like or maybe they're, I don't know, like what the GTA goal is, like just rob and murder people. But
GTA has a fantastic story if somebody cares enough to play the game.
what do they say? But like you would have to be like you're a bacterium in the mouth, and like you could like go to like, because like even like the tooth has specific structures to it, so like you could probably like use like, even if it's just like confined to like one tooth, you could like explore the different things of the tooth, and like maybe like you could like use like the bloodstream to like fast travel to like another part of the mouth.
Okay, this is definitely fitting what we want better.
And then like maybe like your goal is to like make it so that, I don't know if this would be it, but like you're trying to like maybe like trying to like take over this mouth, right? So like one by one you start rotting each tooth, right? And then like before you can, and then like the goal is to not get caught, like say like the person like doesn't brush their teeth, or like say they don't floss, or like they say they don't go to the dentist a lot. That level of difficulty could like increase from like someone who doesn't take care of themselves to like someone who like is like really like brushing, flossing, like doing all this stuff, mouthwash.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
There's the Godfather video game, right? From for PS2.
Right. Sorry.
That's a sandbox game. That is literally a GTA like.
Yeah.
But what you do is you take over storefronts, and occasionally the other gangs will take over the ones you've already taken. So it's literally a turf war.
Okay.
Is like
kind of like
the secondary part of the game.
Kind of like Shadows of Mordor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. What if the teeth are the quote unquote storefronts, and you're fighting like fluoride?
Yeah.
But you're
the bacteria.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're trying to take over all the teeth, but they're fighting back. So you're literally doing like a turf war.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
And there could be a gang of bacteria. You can have your friends, and they could die.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is obsessed with baseball for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Allow me to attempt to combine our two ideas.
Yes.
So we're in the mouth. We make a little, sandbox village in this mouth, and you obviously know where the teeth are, right?
Right.
Your ultimate goal is to infect all the teeth. So you're always going to be like, I have to go do this mission, come back to the teeth, right? So you're always making pit stops at the teeth, whether it's to drop off resources or kill a thing or something, who knows? But your ultimate goal is to ruin all of these teeth. And I think that, like Osmosis Jones, I think the more you I think we're not at a dentist yet.
Yeah.
I think the more the
that's the
game
final
progresses,
boss.
I think the more the game progresses, you see cutscenes of the human you're in being like, my teeth are all, I gotta get to a dentist.
Yeah.
You get to the dentist, you've, completed your objective. All the teeth are rotten.
Mhm.
And then you're at the dentist. One of them gets pulled, and you're in it, right?
Right.
So now,
Oh.
I think the final level is...
To go infect another person's mouth.
Ooh, maybe. I was gonna say the final level is the other stuff we were talking about. The final level is like a stealth platformer where there's a human and you have to, what we were saying before, the Eye of Sauron thing, where you can't let the human look at you. You have to like Toy Story out type shit. And what do we like better? The ultimate goal being to get back to the mouth, or the ultimate goal being to find your way into a different human to infect?
I like
a
the different one.
mouth.
Yeah.
Because you've kind of already accomplished what you were there to do.
So your goal was not to get pulled, but now that you have been pulled, that
Then-
mouth is already fucked.
Yeah.
You're gonna. I see.
would be
Okay.
I think for
It would be really interesting if it was the dentist's mouth that got infected.
yeah, I was thinking that.
Ooh, that would be hard. I can only
No,
assume.
it would be like just because he always is wearing the mask.
Yeah.
I would really like to put a mafia skin on this, where they're all they got that attitude. And all the germs are like, and he's the one who escaped. All his buddies are dead because that
Right.
guy's either getting all the teeth pulled or
Right.
Or, like-
they're getting all cleaned out. He survived. Now he's got to make a new germ bacteria mafia family in the dentist's mouth.
No, I like this.
That's the sequel.
That's the planned sequel that won't get made because no one's gonna play a dentist game. But I like it. I think we've done it again. I think we had 2 game ideas and we've married them
Appropriately.
appropriately. We need a name.
Yes, I've slowly
got one?
started. Well, I have a name for the bacteria mafia family.
Okay.
The Bacteriones.
Okay.
And you could work that into the title. I'm working on that right now.
Well, what if it was just called?
Tooth Wars.
What if it
As
was?
opposed to
What
Turf
if it was
Wars.
just called Grand Theft Dental?
Well,
No.
you're not borrowing enough, like in GTA. Like, I feel like this game, it has. I know you've never played this game. It has more in common with the Godfather game than GTA. Like GTA. How do I put this? There's not as many. GTA you could just F around in for hours and
Right.
never touch the story.
Right. Well, I feel like that's the whole core conceit of a sandbox game.
Yeah.
I feel like in our game you're going to be able to do that too.
Yeah. Okay.
I wasn't saying this game is, I was just trying to make a pun.
No,
So the inner part of a tooth is called the pulp.
Okay.
It would be really funny if it was called Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
I think we might get
think we'd
sued.
get
We do get sued, but it would be still
But
be
it would
really
be-
funny.
That would be good.
We'd
that
be
would
sued,
be
but
good.
do it for the lulz.
Yeah. We gotta make this good though. Something about cavities. Ironically, my
Cavity
mother
wars?
was my mom. She was a dental assistant. Maybe I could get her and put on it.
Yeah, call her up right now for this
Yeah.
for
hey,
this
Mom.
podcast.
I know that you're on lull right now.
Okay, so you're live on the air.
Yeah. Be
and-
very careful what you say.
And we need dental advice.
Yeah.
What if it was the Bacteriones, but it was the Sopranos?
Logo.
Yeah, lettering. Font.
The Placarinos.
Oh, that's another gang. See, she just came up
Yeah.
with another gang for the game.
No, but you want Plaque to help you because you're running the
Well,
teeth.
you guys
so.
got to come to an agreement.
Yeah,
See,
yeah. Say yours again. What is the word?
Bacteriones.
Bacteriones.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like too vague. Like it does like but
Oh yeah, no, I'm
like,
not
with all the
saying that
teeth.
should be like. Yeah, I guess you're right, huh? Doesn't get the point across. I like Tooth Wars.
As opposed to Turf Wars. Tooth Wars.
Oh, what if it was? Say that again.
Tooth Wars.
Tooth Wars. What if, to really bring the pun home, what if it was Tooth Wars?
Yeah.
TOOF, like you're a kid, like you're a person
Yeah.
who, like you're a person who doesn't have teeth is saying it.
There we go.
Tooth Wars.
I like it.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
like it. Tooth Wars.
That's
Write it
great.
down. Write it down.
All right. Right on the shelf, right next to this video game smells like my vagina. We got Sandbox.
Oh, I was talking to you about
This
this.
game smells like my tooth.
No, my vagina, the vagina one. I was saying like for the, what was I was saying something about was it the bad ending? That like.
Oh yeah, she critiqued our
Yeah.
our last game, and she wanted me to tell you what a shitty job
No.
we did.
Oh, okay.
No, like what? I can't remember. I have to listen to the podcast again. But like, for like the good pacifist ending, I think there could have been something different, or was it like the good like?
Oh yeah,
Go
whichever
for it.
one that it was a dream sequence.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wasn't a fan of.
Okay. Yeah, that game definitely went through some iterations before we ended on
yeah. Same with
final
this
one.
one. I feel like
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
a couple of rough ones in a row.
rough prompts. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think we failed yet though. I don't think
No.
we
Yeah.
had one that like totally we couldn't make it work and we just shit
Right.
out of our butthole.
Every game we've said, I feel like I'd have fun with.
Yeah.
I keep picturing this game having N64 graphics. I don't know why.
I mean, I can tell you why. It's because a photorealistic tooth would be actually terrifying. I could tell you that from playing Psychonauts 2. There's a lot of they literally in Psychonauts 2 before you started, there was a disclaimer, and it was like it wasn't a normal disclaimer. It was like a mental health disclaimer. It was like this game is gonna talk about things like alcohol and suicide and stuff like that, and if that triggers you, stop playing and do this.
That's
but then
cool.
they made a that is very cool. That is very considerate of them. But there was a separate paragraph break where they were like, also if you have a dental phobia, put the controller down.
Oh,
essentially.
wow.
Because
Good.
level 1 was just like teeth and gums everywhere.
Gotcha.
Good.
Oh,
So you're like in the mood to figure out this game we're making. You
I
got this in your head.
accidentally put myself in the right mood. Yeah.
Good.
Just a lot of like, yeah. I don't know. Psychonauts 2 level 1 was weird. It wasn't gross. I wasn't grossed out by it, but I could see how some people would be.
Right.
One of the levels, not to talk about Psychonauts 2 more, but one of the levels was essentially the Yellow Submarine music video, where you're trying to get a band back together, but each band is a different, like one's a nose, one's an ear, like it's all the different parts of the face.
Oh, that's cool.
And come to find out that the person whose brain you're in, who you don't actually know, is one of the like retired superheroes that everyone thought was dead, and he's voiced by Jack Black.
Nice.
Oh.
But there's this really cool part where there's a triangle with a record in it, and there's a spotlight shining at it, and it becomes a mechanic through the whole level. You have to find the light, shine it at it, and then it makes a bridge. But the bridge is a rainbow bridge. It's a reference to the Pink Floyd.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
cover
cool.
album.
That's cool.
It's really cool. That game's cool. And our game's cool. What
Yeah.
do we call it?
Two fours.
2 4s.
Okay, I like it even more now that I forgot about it and was reminded by it.
What was the Plaque
The
family?
Placarinos.
The Placarinos?
Yeah.
The Bacteriones fighting fluoride and toothpaste and mouthwash.
Yeah.
And a dentist.
And a dentist.
Yep. And
Who
flossing.
I feel like we don't make this insanely clear, but I feel like the dentist is also going to have like a mob boss.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the dentist is too late. See, the dentist is coming in. He's just cleaning up. The damage is already done.
Yeah.
Right.
The bacteria gangs won.
Yeah.
So now the job is to exact revenge from the guy who killed all your friends.
Yeah.
The neutrophils are another one.
The neutrophils.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Do you think we could get Bill Murray to reprise his role as guy who's shitting his ass out
Oh
from
my
Osmosis
God.
Jones?
He almost died in that movie.
Osmosis Jones takes place inside Bill Murray.
Yeah.
That's
A
good.
live action Bill Murray who's like, every time they show him, he's like, diarrhea again.
Jesus.
Considering the fact that he ate a hard-boiled egg that fell into a monkey cage. Yeah. It's funny because like ever since like I I'm a nurse now. I've grown up.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was thinking to myself, like, what kind of bacteria is I think his name is Drax, right? The main villain.
Anthrax.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
His name is Anthrax because he is Anthrax.
Okay.
That's good.
But yes, that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
And I'm Monsoon.
And take it easy. Thank you for listening and watching. And if you like what you see, please be sure to subscribe.
Our channel is daily uploads from podcasts to video essays, let's plays to skits.
Be sure to find us on Twitch and Patreon.
Our theme song is Sunny Day by Froggy and the Friendship, and our Let's Play intro is Sunny Bit by the same band.
Link to all these in the description below. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.